Some people reach their 80s and 90s still walking tall, sharing laughter with friends, and living each day with purpose, while others begin to decline soon after turning 70. What makes the difference? What if I told you? There are 7 simple signs that doctors, scientists, and aging experts now believe can accurately predict how long and how well you'll live after 70, not based on luck. Not based on your family's history, but based on what you're doing right now. I've spent more than 4 decades working alongside health professionals, caregiving for my parents into their 90s, and now walking this road of aging myself with all its aches, wisdom, and beauty. And today I want to talk to you not as a medical expert, but as someone who's been there. Because the truth is, getting older doesn't have to mean falling apart. It can mean falling into place, but only if we pay attention to the signs our bodies, minds, and hearts are giving us. In this video, we'll unpack the 7 key signs that could help you not just live longer, but live better. We'll dive into real-life stories, scientific research from trusted names like the Mayo Clinic, the National Institute on Aging, and Harvard. And I'll even walk you through some simple, actionable tips that you can start using today. So grab a cup of tea, turn off the distractions, and give yourself this time, because your health, your independence, your joy, they're worth fighting for. And if this message speaks to you, or if you know someone over 70 who could use this encouragement, please take a moment to like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to our channel. Because around here, we believe the second half of life should be the strongest, freest, and most beautiful part. Let's begin. The power of balance, why it matters more than you think. Let's start with something that seems so simple, but quietly shapes the rest of your health. Balance. No, not the kind of balance that's about juggling responsibilities. I'm talking about the ability to stand tall, steady your feet, and move with confidence. Now, here's what most people don't realize. Your balance isn't just about preventing falls. It's a powerful predictor of your brain function, mobility, and overall survival. According to research from the National Institute on Aging, poor balance in older adults is one of the earliest signs of nervous system decline. It can hint at issues in the brain, muscles, joints, and even inner ear. But here's the good news. Balance is trainable. Let me tell you about John, a retired postal worker from Ohio. At 74, John noticed he was catching himself on furniture more often. Just clumsy, he thought. Until one evening, he fell reaching for the remote and fractured his wrist. That fall changed everything. After a few weeks of physical therapy, his therapist introduced him to Tai Chi, a slow, flowing movement practice that emphasizes balance, coordination, and breath. At first, John laughed it off. "This is too gentle," he said. But 2 months in, something shifted. He could stand on one foot longer. He moved more confidently around his kitchen. He told me, "I don't feel like a falling risk anymore. I feel in control again." According to a 2022 Mayo Clinic study, practicing balance daily, even for just 5 minutes, can reduce your risk of falling by over 40%. Here are some exercises you can try. One-legged stand. Stand near a chair. Raise one foot off the ground and hold for 10-30 seconds. Switch sides. Heel to toe walking. Place one foot directly in front of the other heel to toe and walk in a straight line. Tai Chi, or balance-focused yoga. These improve both physical and mental steadiness. Balance is more than physical, it reflects your inner stability too. And maintaining it gives you freedom. Freedom to walk through a grocery aisle without fear. Freedom to garden. Freedom to dance at your granddaughter's wedding. So if you've noticed a bit more wobble lately, don't ignore it. Invest in your balance. Because the more stable you are today, the longer you can stand, tall tomorrow. Grip strength, the silent measure of vitality. Let's move on to something unexpected. Your grip. Yes, your hand strength. Because it turns out that how firmly you can squeeze something like a water bottle, a doorknob, or someone's hand might reveal more about your overall health than even your blood pressure. In a large-scale study published by the Journal of Gerontology and cited by Harvard Health Publishing researchers, found that grip strength was a stronger predictor of mortality than systolic blood pressure in older adults. Let that sink in. The firmness of your handshake could say more about how long you'll live than a blood pressure reading. So why is grip strength so powerful? It reflects more than just your hands. It represents your muscle mass, your nervous system's responsiveness, and even your cardiovascular health. When grip strength declines, it often signals muscle loss known as sarcopenia, a condition that begins as early as your 50s and accelerates with age if left unaddressed. It also reflects declining hormone levels, decreased physical activity, and even nutritional deficiencies. Let me tell you about Dolores, an 81-year-old woman I met through a local senior fitness program in Denver. Dolores used to be a piano teacher. Her hands were her livelihood. But over the years, she noticed her fingers growing stiff and weak. She struggled to open jars, zip her coat, and one day she even dropped her favorite porcelain mug. Instead of giving up, Dolores joined a strength class designed for older adults. They started small, just squeezing tennis balls, lifting 2-pound weights, and doing simple resistance band exercises. Within 6 weeks, Dolores had regained her grip. More importantly, she felt empowered again. She told me, "I'm not just stronger in my hands, I feel stronger in my life." Here are a few exercises recommended by Cleveland Clinic and Mayo Clinic to rebuild grip strength safely. Tennis ball squeezes. Hold a soft tennis ball in your hand and squeeze it for 3 seconds. Repeat 10 times on each side. Wrist curls with light dumbbells. Sit down, rest your forearms on your thighs, and curl small weights up and down. Finger walks. Place your hand flat on a table and use your fingers to walk forward and back. And don't underestimate the power of simple everyday tasks. Kneading dough. Gardening with hand tools. Carrying grocery bags. Your hands are your link to independence. So if turning a doorknob has gotten tougher or you've started asking someone else to open jars, listen to that. Your body is whispering that it's time to build back strength. Grip strength isn't just about shaking hands firmly, it's about holding on to your freedom. Ma'kiku, walking speed, the hidden language of your body. Have you ever paid attention to how fast you walk? It's something we don't often think about. But doctors are paying attention because walking speed may be one of the most important indicators of how well you're aging. In fact, a 2021 study from the Journal of the American Medical Association found that walking speed was directly linked to longevity and risk of hospitalization. Simply put, the faster you walk, the longer you're likely to live. Why? Because walking involves nearly every system in your body. Your heart, lungs, muscles, brain, and nervous system all have to work together. So when your pace slows down noticeably, it could signal a decline in one or more of those systems. Dr. Stephanie Studensky, a geriatrician at the University of Pittsburgh, once said, "Walking requires energy movement coordination and balance. A change in speed can reflect something wrong even before symptoms appear." Take Bob, for example, a 76-year-old veteran from Michigan. Bob used to be a fast walker, always first across the street, always outpacing his wife at the mall. But over the years, he noticed his stride shrinking, his energy dipped, and eventually his walking slowed to a shuffle. Turns out Bob had undiagnosed heart issues and early signs of Parkinson's. Thanks to his daughter's observation and a proactive doctor, Bob got help early. Today, he's back to daily walks, slow but steady, and he's managing his conditions with lifestyle changes and meds. That's the key. Walking speed gives us early warnings. Want to measure yours? Walk 10 feet at a comfortable pace and time yourself. A healthy pace for seniors is roughly 1.0–1.2 meters per second, about 3 to 4 feet per second. To improve your walking speed, practice brisk walking every day for 10–15 minutes. Work on posture, stand tall, look ahead, and use your arms. Strengthen your leg muscles with mini squats or heel raises. And remember, you don't need to run a marathon. Just keep moving, because motion is medicine. Every step you take forward, no matter how small, is a vote for your future. Sleep quality, where the body heals and the mind renews. Now let's talk about something nearly every senior I've worked with struggles with. Sleep. Have you ever laid in bed staring at the ceiling, hoping sleep will come? Or woken up at 3 a.m. and couldn't fall back to sleep no matter how tired you felt? You're not alone. According to Harvard Health, nearly 50% of adults over 65 report regular sleep difficulties. But here's the crucial part. Poor sleep doesn't just make you tired, it affects your immune system, memory, metabolism, mood, and heart health. Long-term sleep deprivation has even been linked to increased risks of Alzheimer's disease, depression, and falls. So why is sleep harder after 70? Several reasons. Changes in melatonin levels. Increased nighttime urination. Side effects from medications. Underlying health issues like sleep apnea or restless leg syndrome. But the good news? There's a lot you can do. Let me introduce you to Eleanor, a 79-year-old widow from Florida. Eleanor used to be a night owl, but after her husband passed, she found herself wide awake at 2 a.m. with racing thoughts. Her doctor wanted to prescribe sleep aids, but Eleanor was hesitant. Instead, she made simple changes. She cut off screen time after 8 p.m. She installed blackout curtains. She started a bedtime ritual, a cup of chamomile tea, 5 pages of a book, and 3 deep breaths. Within 2 weeks, she was sleeping 6 to 7 solid hours and waking up with energy she hadn't felt in years. Here are a few Mayo Clinic approved tips to improve sleep naturally. Stick to a sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time, even on weekends. Limit naps to 30 minutes. Long naps can disrupt nighttime sleep. Create a wind-down routine. Stretching, warm baths, or soothing music can help. Avoid caffeine and alcohol in the evening, and don't underestimate the power of natural light. Getting 20 minutes of morning sunlight helps reset your body's clock. Better sleep isn't a luxury, it's a foundation. And it could be the missing key to sharper thinking, more energy, and even longer life. Appetite and nutrition, the hidden signal. Your body gives it may surprise you to learn that something as simple as your appetite can tell a deep story about your health after 70. Have you noticed yourself or someone you love eating less? Losing interest in meals? Pushing food around the plate? That isn't just getting older, that's a signal. Loss of appetite in older adults can be a warning sign of many issues, from depression and medication side effects to malnutrition, frailty, or even early cognitive decline. In a major study by the National Institute on Aging, researchers found that unintentional weight loss and poor appetite in people over 70 were strongly linked with increased mortality and decreased quality of life. Let me tell you about Anita, a retired school teacher from Vermont. Anita used to cook Sunday dinners for her whole family, but after her husband passed, she stopped cooking. She didn't feel hungry. She lost 12 pounds in 3 months. Her doctor ran blood tests and discovered low levels of vitamin B12, iron, and protein intake. She was borderline anemic, and it was stealing her energy, mood, and memory. Together, we worked on small solutions. She switched to smaller, more frequent meals. She added a daily protein smoothie with berries, spinach, and Greek yogurt. She found companionship again by joining a local senior lunch group, which made meals something to look forward to. Today, Anita is eating again, slowly, joyfully, and she's regained her strength. According to Cleveland Clinic, seniors should prioritize these nutrition basics. Protein. At least 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight daily to preserve muscle mass. Fiber from vegetables, legumes, and whole grains to prevent constipation and support gut health. Hydration. Dehydration is common in older adults, so aim for 6 to 8 cups of water or herbal teas daily. Healthy fats. Avocados, olive oil, and fatty fish help reduce inflammation. Micronutrients. Focus on calcium, magnesium, B12, and vitamin D nutrients that become harder to absorb with age. And if cooking feels overwhelming, try meal delivery services tailored for seniors or prep in batches and freeze. Food is more than fuel. It's medicine. It's comfort. And it's one of the most powerful tools you have to stay strong and sharp, especially after 70. Stress management, the invisible aging accelerator. Let's talk about something you can't see on an X-ray or blood test. Stress. Stress is often dismissed as just part of life, especially as we age and face loss, health challenges, or life transitions. But the truth is, chronic stress may be one of the most dangerous and under-recognized threats to longevity. According to a landmark Harvard Health article, chronic stress can raise cortisol levels, weaken your immune system, increase blood pressure, and accelerate cognitive decline. It's also closely tied to insomnia, depression, and inflammation. Let me introduce you to Carl, a 78-year-old former accountant from Oregon. Carl cared for his wife through 3 years of Alzheimer's. After she passed, he found himself battling chest tightness, fatigue, and panic attacks. His doctor ran every test. The results? Normal. But Carl wasn't okay. It wasn't until he joined a grief support group that things began to shift. He learned to meditate for just 5 minutes each morning. He began journaling at night to release the heavy thoughts. And he took walks in nature, no earbuds, just birdsong. 3 months later, his blood pressure dropped, his heart rate normalized, and most importantly, his laughter returned. Here are a few stress-reducing techniques recommended by AARP and Senior Planet. Breathwork practice. Deep breathing, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Gratitude journaling. Write down 3 small things you're grateful for every day. Social interaction. Loneliness and stress go hand in hand, more on that in the next section. Tai Chi and gentle yoga. These are proven to lower stress and improve mood in older adults. And remember, stress isn't just in your head. It shows up in your body if you don't listen to it. Learning to manage stress may not just add years to your life, it could return joy to the years you already have. Social connections, the most underrated health habit. If there's one area that gets overlooked more than any other in aging, it's this connection. According to AARP, social isolation increases the risk of premature death by nearly 30%, putting it on par with smoking and obesity. The National Institute on Aging confirms that strong social connections can lower your risk of dementia, depression, heart disease, and even help you recover faster after illness or surgery. Let me share a story from real life. Frances, an 85-year-old widow from Arizona, hadn't left her home in weeks after her dog passed away. She said, "No one notices I'm here. It's like I've disappeared. Her daughter encouraged her to try something new, a weekly Zoom book club hosted by the public library. That simple act, logging in, talking about stories, rekindled her sense of purpose. She started smiling again. Her energy picked up. Her appetite returned, all from human connection. Here's what you can do even if you live alone or have mobility challenges. Call a friend every Tuesday and make it a ritual. Join an online or in-person group, a hobby club, walking group, or volunteer opportunity. Host coffee chats on your porch or at the senior center. Just 15 minutes of real conversation matters. Rekindle old connections. Send a letter or message to someone you haven't spoken to in years. Don't underestimate this. Belonging protects your brain, your heart, and your soul. We're wired for connection. And it's never too late to reach out, open your circle, and remind someone else you still matter. Bonus longevity. Tips after 70, what most people overlook. While balance, grip strength, walking speed, sleep, appetite, stress, and connection are the big 7 predictors of healthy aging. There are other small, often overlooked habits that can quietly add not just years to your life, but life to your years. Here are 5 additional practices rooted in research from Cleveland Clinic, Mayo Clinic AARP, and the National Institute on Aging that can give you a true edge in longevity. 1. Keep your brain curious. Cognitive stimulation doesn't have to mean Sudoku or crossword puzzles, though those help too. Lifelong learners live longer. Try taking an online class through Senior Planet or Coursera, learning a musical instrument, even a small keyboard, practicing a new language with a phone app, reading out loud to grandchildren or neighbors. Mental stimulation helps build cognitive reserve, the brain's defense against memory decline and dementia. 2. Prioritize dental health. Oral health is often disconnected from longevity conversations, but gum disease has been linked to heart disease, diabetes, and stroke. Make sure to brush gently twice a day with a soft toothbrush. Floss daily. Visit a dentist twice a year. Even if you have dentures, a clean mouth can mean a healthier body. 3. Protect your vision and hearing. Many falls, miscommunications, and feelings of isolation in older adults stem from untreated hearing or vision loss. Schedule annual eye exams, hearing checks every 1-2 years, proper lighting in your home, glasses that fit comfortably, hearing aids if needed. They're life-enhancing, not shameful. 4. Practice purpose. Older adults who have a reason to get up each day, whether it's caring for a pet, volunteering, gardening, or being involved in their church, tend to live longer and experience less depression. Ask yourself, what gives me meaning today? Then find a small way to pursue that daily. 5. Stand up. Often sitting too long may be as dangerous as smoking, according to research from Harvard Health Publishing. Every hour, try to stand for 2 to 3 minutes. March in place during commercial breaks. Stretch your arms overhead. Do gentle knee bends while holding onto a chair. Movement protects your metabolism, heart, and mental health. These tips may sound small, but so does a seed. And what grows from a seed? A tree, a forest, a future. What this all means for you. Let's step back for a moment. If you've made it this far in the video, it means you care about your health, about your independence, about the life that still lies ahead of you. And that, my friend, is the most powerful sign of all, the willingness to keep learning, to keep moving, to keep choosing life. Let's recap the 7 signs of longevity we explored together. Balance, so you can move confidently through the world. Grip strength, so you can hold on to independence. Walking speed, so your body keeps up with your spirit. Sleep, so your mind and body can repair and grow. Appetite, so you nourish yourself with strength. Stress, so your heart stays calm and your body stays safe. Connection, so your soul stays bright and never lonely. Each of these signs is a doorway, a chance to check in, to make a shift, to begin again no matter your age. You don't have to change everything overnight, but you can choose one thing right now. Maybe it's doing a balance exercise while brushing your teeth. Maybe it's calling an old friend. Maybe it's adding a protein-rich breakfast tomorrow morning. Or maybe it's simply deciding to stop settling for just getting by, because you're not here to fade, you're here to shine. And remember, longevity isn't just about living to 90 or 100. It's about how you live today, with energy, with laughter, with dignity, with strength. If this message has touched you, if it sparked a memory, a thought, or a plan, please don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs it. A friend, a sibling, a neighbor who may be struggling silently. And if you'd like to keep walking this journey together, subscribe to our channel. Here we talk about real health, real stories, and real hope for older adults who still believe that life after 70 can be stronger, wiser, and more beautiful than ever. We'd love to have you with us. Let's rewrite what aging looks like, together. Until next time, take care of your body, take care of your mind, and take care of each other, because you matter, and your best days, they might still be ahead.